Official.StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smart Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on SoundCloud and IG. Street Smart Fanpage on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. I buried that dude. All right. So I'm now currently the admin on ECW Memories on Facebook. So in an earlier Street Smart discussion, I completely buried the former solo administrator for ECW Memories, Craig Fair. Buried his pictures, which I will still bury because they're terrible and very buriable. But he made me an admin because he wanted to focus on other projects or whatever. So,
what a terrible Oh, what a great decision that was. No, I'm just playing. He picked a good guy to be the admin.
Right. So, not only can you follow my antics on Ruthless Aggression Era on Facebook, you can now follow my antics on ECW Memories on Facebook. But this is the Extreme Retro Review for ECW. March 8th, 1994. H-Dub.
What's happening?
What were your thoughts on this show?
Man, it felt like this show just breezed by. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching it and then it seemed like I looked up and it was over. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing really seemed all that memorable about it. So, it's all right, I guess.
I want to highlight that my partner in crime did not actually watch the show because of the botched threesome and of the just piss poor time management.
I would like to highlight that is not true because I left straight from the Browns Stadium. Well, no, technically from Tower City because that's where my car was parked. I left straight from Tower City and came over here and watched the shows with you. Thank you very much.
I also want to highlight that he didn't really get to watch the shows because he was telling me about his weekend excursions, which led to the piss poor time management of 2 hours to properly review this show. So he got cliff notes from me, and he will continue to sit back and do nothing as I recount the next episode of ECW.
So this is why you wanted me to come over, because I said I was about to go somewhere and watch the shows. I was going to be a little bit late. He's like, come over and watch them in my house. I was like, oh, you know what? That's an awesome idea. Get to hang out with my favorite co-hosts and, watch the shows together and then go straight into the review fresh. Wonderful. And now, to be fair, I did tell you about my weekend excursion, which led to the poor time management, all that other stuff you said. But, dagnabbit, I watched the shows with you, and it was your idea. Why am I getting buried?
Opening up the show, we have 911 versus Mikey Whipwreck and Paul Loria from the March 5th show.
Titties taste so good.
Paulie gets a huge pop, and that rub gets transferred over to 911. Double choke slam, foot pin on Mikey for the dub. 1 star. Choke slam on Mikey and Loria. 2 geeks come in. 911 grabs one. Paulie hits the other with the phone. Choke slam on Geek 1. Choke slam on Geek 2. Double choke slam on Geeks 1 and 2. 911 is over. And we head off into the theme.
I thought that was a great way to use somebody with no gimmick. I think it's very simple, and it was pretty dope just to see him.
Joey throws it in our face that we missed Funk's revenge. I said, you could have sold it, motherfucker.
That would have been nice. It's funny how people like to throw things in people's face. It seems to be a lot of that going around.
I said, you sold Blood Feast.
Oh, yeah, but they might have... Yeah, maybe not selling Funk's Revenge was a good idea there.
Shane Douglas will be guesting on color commentary tonight. Moving on. So we got Bad Breed versus the Broad Street Bullies, comprising of Johnny Hotbody and Tony the Hitman Stetson, the fashion plate of ECW. Back and forth shake between Joey and Shane. We had a quick stall into a test of strength as Joey brings the Bad Breed for being fat. He buries them for being fat, I should say. Axel shows up Stetson with some wrestling. I always said Axel Rock he can work. Ian is the shits. But Axel can work. We have a heel miscue and a do-rags bicker outside. Ian comes in and he works over Stetson. Hotbody won't tag in for the whole match. Hotbody finally comes in and he has a stiff fucking clothesline. Gets cut off by Ian though. Got a DDT and a backdrop suplex. Hotbody's bald spot is fucking disgusting. Hotbody works Ian outside, back in for some more stuff. Hotbody with a superplex, trash talking. So he tags the Stetson, right?
Uh-huh.
So the Bad Breed do twin magic. Stetson's over there. He's got his back.
Oh my God.
He's got his back to Axel. He's like, all right, I got him, man. I got him. He gets Schoolboy for the win. 1 star. Hitman is a goof. The Bullies bicker in the ring. Your thoughts on the match?
Oh, man, my thoughts on the match. Why are they still teasing the doggone Stetson and Hotbody breakup? Just go ahead and do the shit already. Other than that finish sounds hilarious.
So we got a Sandman heel turn vignette. It's black and white. It has NWO cuts. So it's all like, life's a bitch. And then you marry one.
Oh, man.
Sully's face is priceless. They tried to make Peaches attractive.
Oh, my. Talk about exercise and futility.
Set to a Lenny Kravitz song. We got Sandman versus Chad Austin in a black and white backdrop. Sandman comes out. He has no shirt on.
Oh, no.
He has a towel around his neck. He beats Austin in 9 seconds with an elevated DDT. Continues the beating. Peaches comes in. Sandman keeps going with the beating. Captain Save-A-Ho Cairo comes in and he gets beat up too. Your thoughts?
Good job, Sandman. Oh, so the Sandman heel turn is in full swing.
Absolutely.
Oh, awesome sauce. I'm loving the sound of that.
Hopefully you watch the sound of that too when you watch the show.
Oh man, this is gonna sting.
12/28/93. We got the Bruise Brothers versus the Shah and some redhead geek that didn't even mention. He gets beat to obliterate. Shah never gets in the ring. Double boot to the geek for the win. Dud. Then they get beat up to the back.
Oh, nice.
The fucking Bruise Brothers had their arms taped up so you couldn't see their SS tattoos.
Yeah, I saw that.
You finally saw it, huh?
No, I watched it with you, along with the rest of the show. Even though some of it was on mute, some of it was fast forwarded through.
Right. So we got the Public Enema versus Sullivan and Taz for the tag team titles.
Public Enema.
We got a brawl to start. It's no DQ. Sullivan with the timekeeper's hammer. He's trying to hit the Public Enemy in the balls. Joey says, it's hammer time. Bruise Brothers run in. Sullivan starts to slam Rocco. One of the Bruise Brothers boots Sullivan. Rocco gets the win. New champs. Negative infinity.
Hey, in 1994, though, that hammer time joke was probably hilarious.
That hammer time joke would have been nice in 1990. By 1994, he was doing pumps in a bump. Pumps in a bump.
Oh, no.
We like the girls with the pumps in a bump. Have you ever seen the pumps in the bump video?
I have seen the pumps in the bump
this
video.
Nigga had a G-string on Dicks everywhere.
Yeah, don't
It's some
remind me.
motherfucking combat boots.
Yeah, don't.
Just dancing and shit. That nigga was more naked than the bitches.
Yeah, don't.
Bitches didn't have on nothing. I was grossed out the whole time. I was like 13, like, damn, I can't see this nigga's dick is everywhere. God damn, nigga. Pumps in a bump. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Then they made a remix video because the motherfucking verse video was rated mature. You know what I'm saying? So they made like a hardcore video with this nigga in all Atlanta Falcons gear and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that like started the Atlanta Falcons like fashion trend.
Oh, he put them
Swear to
on
shit. He was the first motherfucker. Because Dion, he was about to leave Atlanta to go to San Francisco or Dallas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that was like the height of his Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, popularity, wearing the red and black and shit. And Hammer, copied off that shit. So you got Deion Sanders in the motherfucking video. And they all doing a Deion Sanders dance and shit. You know what I'm saying? That goofy fucking dance Deion used to do in the motherfucking end zone.
Right.
Yeah. Goddamn. Pumps on a bump. No.
Thanks for taking us back to that one, Fuge.
Moving on.
Yeah, yes, please.
So Sullivan has to become the Taskmaster at some point. He has some good matches with Foley in '94 in WCW before Hogan comes in.
Oh, shoot.
Taz didn't like the face paint. Looks like this team is about done. Taz covers his eyes and falls to the mat. Woman just slaps him like 5 times. I think the Kevgasm is about to be transferred to Taz.
Oh,
so we can start having some Tazgasms.
The Tazgasms.
But look at him and gets beat to the back. What? Moving on. So we got a replay of the finish.
Oh, shoot.
Sully's in the back of the arena. Public Enemy takes off in a Bonneville.
Well, nice.
Right. I was like, I said, shit, is that a Bonneville? Shit, that's what's up. 94, 93, Bonneville and shit.
Oh, I used to
with the
want
wide back and shit. That was a cool ass car.
I used to want one.
They got Sullivan and Taz for a nonsensical promo. Then Hugh Moore shows up as Crash the Terminator.
Oh,
he flexes, screams in the camera a lot. It made no sense. Moving on. We have a Hulk vignette set to Iron Man. Conversely, we have a Pitbull vignette set to Roughneck.
Oh.
Them two fighting at the main event tonight.
Oh, shoot. It's about to get real.
Moving on. We have a Maddie in the House spot.
Oh, boy.
It's for the March 26th show at Valley Forge. It is labeled Ultimate Jeopardy. Shane, Mr. Hughes, and the Public Enemy versus Terry Funk, Tazmaniac, Kevin Sullivan, and Hawk. It's a steel cage match with weapons. This is the main event.
Okay.
It's going to be a second steel cage match between Snooker and the Putz. It's more shilling between Putz and Snooker. It's another package between those two. We have a Shane Funk package set to some Lenny Kravitz. Holy fucking stips, Hollywood. If Shane loses, he gets his head shaved. If Funk loses, he loses the title. If Public Enemy loses the titles, they'll leave ECW.
Oh, wow.
Sullivan and Taz have to split up. Mr. Hughes loses, and Jason gets in the cage with the winners for 5 minutes. And if Hawk loses, he has to give up the Road Warrior title. Come into the ring. Hawk!
Who?
Come into the ring. The Street Vigilante. Hawk.
Oh, now that does sound that sounds better than just Naked Hawk. That's for sure. Just,
Pause.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No homo.
Naked Hawk after the botched threesome. I gotta worry about your son.
Oh, gosh. Boom, 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 boom.
Hollywood knows. So in the main event, we got Jason, the sexiest man on earth. He's accompanying Pitbull in his versus the Street Vigilante Hawk.
He's coming to dispense some justice.
Hawk with the shine early. Pitbull gets some offense in. Come back. Flying coastline for the squash. 1 star.
Naturally.
Jason tries to get some kicks. They get no sold.
Hawk ain't playing.
Jason
that
gets
shit.
press slammed onto the Pitbull. Public Enemy run in. Shane leaves for the ring because he was on color. Sullivan and Tad goes after the Public Enemy. We have a Shane run in. Funk brings in a ladder and fights with Shane up the aisle. Rocco yells, "Shut up!" And they cut to the Ultimate Jeopardy bumper to end the show.
Why does Terry Funk even have to get involved with what Shane Douglas is doing?
Well, they're feuding.
I get that, but when Shane did the run in, he wasn't bothering Terry Funk.
What part of their feuding don't you understand?
I get that.
You
but
would get it even more if you watched the show.
I get that they're feuding, but Terry Funk needs to mind his business and wait till the match before he has anything to do with Shane Douglas, is all I'm saying.
I don't honor the opinions of anybody who hasn't really watched the show. Overall, I said the show starts out hot, but it fizzles to a finish. Thumbs in the middle. You don't really need to watch it. Your thoughts, Hollywood.
Well, apparently what I have to say doesn't matter because the time I spent watching the show with you on your couch has been discounted. So, Dag Nabbit, thank you kindly. My thoughts on the show, I gave my thoughts on the show when we first opened up.
Next week, March 15th, 1994. When we come back, we out. Peace.
Peace.